Welcome back, my peoples, to the Blitzburg Coach Podcast. I'm your host, K freaking Mac. We are back in the saddle once again. Today is the 8th of January, recording from a Wednesday. And we did not win Saturday night from the Berg. And I have a lot to say. Oh boy, do I have a lot to say. This is going to be one heck of a podcast episode. We're going to do just one episode this week. So it's going to be a big one. So get fucking ready. Get your popcorn. Get your drink. Get fucking ready. And get your ears ready. So let's rewind the clocks back to Saturday night. And talk about our past performance versus the Cincinnati Bengals, who came out victorious 19-17 over the Pittsburgh Steelers here. So I gotta fucking say it. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? I have so much I have to say, and I need to get to it. So the first quarter starts out shitty as fuck. The defense just got fucking worked. Bengals come down and score in relatively easy fashion. The decision by Mike Tomlin to allow Corey Trice Jr. to be on an island with Ja'Marr Chase definitely was interesting, bold. This is gonna, you guys don't even know. This episode is really gonna be talking about how much of a joke this coaching staff is. And so, that first drive was just like, here we go. It's going to be one of those nights. Here we go. It's going to be one of those fucking nights. The first quarter has not been friendly to Pittsburgh, as we have not scored a game-opening drive touchdown all season, and we haven't done that since last year. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was the Bengals in our second-to-last game of the season. Or actually, it was when we were 7-7. A quick couple plays in, George Pickens touchdown, slant 80 yards the other way. So, in a whole season, we have not had a game-opening touchdown. So we already start off 0-7. Every first down, the Steelers ran a run play. And honestly, this episode is really going to be just talking about the offense. I thought the defense as a whole played good Sunday night. I know they bent a little bit but didn't break. And when you consider the fact that a lot of the Bengals' drives started in advantageous situations for them, whether it be at midfield or past midfield, I thought the defense held up and did their job. You know, anytime you can hold Joe Burrow to 19 points. You got a big takeaway. And who would have thought, when you actually blitz, quarterbacks kind of are more prone to mistakes at times. Big interception there. I thought we got to Joe Burrow quite a bit. Thought Cam Hayward had a massive day. Couple of pass deflections. I mean, he's got he's got like 12 pass deflections this season. He's the only defensive lineman to have 12 pass deflections. Every other person that has that stat is a defensive back. TJ Watt had a big time strip sack neglected because of a holding penalty by Corey Trice Jr. I thought the secondary did well. Again, I don't understand the soft zone defense, but we did a lot of that Saturday. And the Bengals kind of picked it apart. But again, when you hold the Bengals to 19 points, they've been coming in hot, averaging about 30 points a game almost. I'm not really going to point at the defense. And hell, the defense got a sack on that last drive. They needed to come out, hold the Bengals to a 3-and-out, and they gave the offense a chance to take the lead. Down 17-19 with 2 minutes to go and a couple timeouts or one timeout or whatever. But I think really this game comes down to the fact, not even just one fact, but the offense as a whole collectively was atrocious once again. Couldn't score 20 points once again. That's happened the past 4 games now. Once again, the offense could barely, I don't even know if they cracked 200 yards, but they haven't even hit 200 yards in 2 of their past 4 games. And you can't really just blame one person or one aspect. It's the whole group collectively. Football is a team game, but I just really look at the coaching staff because I'm so tired. I am so tired of Mike Tomlin and this pussy ball vanilla offense mantra. I'm so fucking tired of it. I'm so fucking sick of it. It does not matter. The coordinators change. The quarterbacks change. The schematics do not change. And I think it's evident at this point. You know, Matt Canada sucked dick. There's no question. Mitch Trubisky, not a good quarterback. Mason Rudolph, better as a backup. Kenny Pickett was never a first-round quarterback. And even during the last 3 years of Ben, there's no question at this point, to me, Mike Tomlin has his hand in the offensive schematics to some degree. And Mike Tomlin will tell you the answers you are seeking in his press conferences. Between the lines, you have to read, you have to listen, but between the lines, he will give you the answers. Leading up into this game, wouldn't you have thought we would have done sort of a similar game plan to the last time we played the Bengals, which was what? Throw first, run second. What did we do this past Sunday? God damn it, past Saturday. We completely ran the ball first. Run. Run. And through almost 3 quarters, we didn't even have 100 yards of offense. And Russell Wilson had maybe 6 completions, which, again, some of that blame goes on Tomlin because this is his show. He mentioned after the game he didn't want to risk. He didn't want to have any risk. That's why they ran the ball, because if you run the ball, there's less potential for risk. There's less potential for turnovers. He said they wanted to possess the ball, control the clock, and limit the risk. Okay, now I understand. I can work with that if we're talking about maybe your backup quarterback's in. Maybe it's a young quarterback. Maybe it's an unproven commodity quarterback who was a third stringer. You had to play out the practice squad because crazy-ass injuries or suspensions or whatever the circumstance may be. But we're talking about motherfucking Russell Wilson. A quarterback that's been in this league since 2012. It's week 18. It's a pivotal game. It's the fucking Bengals, who, mind you, I know they won 5 straight, 4 straight, whatever. We just scored 38 points on them a month ago. Don't tell me it was weather related. Was it cold? Yeah. Was it fucking rainy or snowy? No. But you're going to sit here and tell me you thought our best path to success and winning the fucking game was a run-first mantra when we have been one of the least effective teams as far as rushing the ball goes this season? Look at the numbers. We have some of the highest attempts in the league as a team running the ball, but the efficiency has not been there. So you're going to sit here and tell me that you don't trust you do not trust Russell Wilson to lead us to a victory in that situation. And maybe that's just because of the fact the offense as a whole isn't playing good, whether you want to look at the fact the offensive line, especially Dan Moore Jr., had a dreadful Saturday. God damn it, I keep wanting to say Sunday. I think Trey Hendrickson had 3 sacks. The offensive line allowed like 4 sacks since week 8 or week 9. Bardick Jones and Dan Moore Jr. have allowed 10-plus sacks each. That is alarming. That is alarming. Now, whether you want to say it's because Russell Wilson holds on to the ball too long sometimes, sure. But the offensive line, there's times where they just can't block worth the fuck. And then just looking at Saturday, even when Russell Wilson is throwing it to players, they're not catching the ball. See George Pickens with 3 or 4 drops. 3 or 4 drops. 1 reception, -1 yards for George Pickens this past Saturday. When your wide receiver 1 is doing that, you're not going to win. You're not going to be able to possess the ball. You're not going to be able to convert first downs or extend drives. And that largely played a massive part in why the offense was atrocious Saturday. George Pickens is supposed to be our go-to. We couldn't go to him, so we did give the rock to Freiermuth quite a bit. I thought he had a good day. I know he had that massive 4th and 11 drop. Could that have won us the game? Potentially. Potentially. You know, if he gets that first down, if we're able to get up to the line quickly, might be able to spike it and have a second or 2 left. Maybe Boswell hits a 58-yard field goal to win the game 20-19. We'll never know. But I just can't defend this coaching staff. I know people want to look to Justin Fields, but what the fuck's that going to change? The only thing that will change is Justin Fields is more mobile than Russell Wilson. There's no question. I mean, he's 25 years old. He was able to avoid some of the sacks early in the year when he played. But Justin Fields can't really see the field as well, and he's not as good of a thrower of the football as Russell Wilson. That's just what it is. Is Fields able to potentially offer more in the rushing department, whether it be with his legs? Maybe that'll open up the run game for Najee and Warren. Maybe a little bit, but again, the schematics are shit. It doesn't matter who you throw back there because look at the rest of the offense. We have the cheapest offense in the league. The entire offense is young. 2 rookies starting on the line. Bardick Jones and Dan Moore Jr. can't block half a fuck. Freiermuth is our best tight end, which I don't know what the fuck happened to Darnell Washington. He doesn't even see the ball anymore. George Pickens gives half-ass effort. And, there was a play on that last drive of the game where, I don't know if it was a complete miscommunication, if Russell Wilson just threw a shit ball, but George Pickens runs an in-and-out kind of route, has the inside leverage to the defensive back. If Russell hits that throw, we probably win the game, but a big play missed. And this offense just can't afford to miss those types of plays because we don't have that many opportunities. And I think a large part, you want to look at that, and we massively botched the end of the first half and the second half. So let's get to the first half mishap. So, at the end of the first half, the Steelers have the ball with about 50 seconds left. It's 3rd and 1. It's a very, very light box for the Bengals. Very, very advantageous situation for the Steelers to get a first down. After what looked like a first down reception by Freiermuth, he caught the ball. He didn't get out of bounds. He was a yard short, so that's a small thing that comes up. But 3rd and 1, Russell Wilson quarterback sneak. Doesn't pick it up. I'm like, okay. It's 4th and inches. Punt the fucking ball away. We're at the 40-yard line. We're at our 40-yard line. Okay, listen to this. We're at our 40-yard line. We go for it on 4th and inches. Not with Najee Harris. Not the power back that we use for pitch plays. Not the power back that is guaranteed always 2 or 3 yards. God forbid, 2 or 3 yards. You put in Jaylen Warren for 4th and inches on a run play that gets absolutely fucking stuffed. So wait a second. And this is what I mean with the coaching staff. We're running pitch plays to Najee Harris on the outside, but we're using Jaylen Warren for 4th and inches up the middle. What the fuck kind of sense does that make? If you're not going to utilize Najee Harris in that situation, what the fuck is he on the team for? So we don't get that. And Bengals kick a field goal, extend their lead. So it's like, okay, and Tomlin said, well, we thought it was a crucial down. We didn't feel comfortable giving the Bengals the ball back. We didn't feel comfortable giving the ball back to the Bengals with 40 seconds left out and a couple timeouts. Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second here. So the guy that preaches, we don't live in our fears, we don't fucking live in our fears, I'm just going to say that 3 more times. We don't live in our fears, we don't live in our fears, we don't live in our fears. So you, one, don't trust your defense to get off the field with 40 seconds left? Your great defense that is the highest paid defense in the league, and you're supposed to be a defensive fucking guru, but you didn't feel comfortable in them defending a 70-yard field. But you felt good going for it on our 40 of the field. So you thought that was a good idea. But then there's times in multiple games the past month where it's 4th down, we're down 10 on their side of the field. On their side of the field. At their 40-yard line, and you fucking punt the ball. See the Eagles game. See the Chiefs game. I'm sure there was a moment during the Ravens game, I just can't remember. But there's moments where we're down 10 and you won't go for it and you're not aggressive. But then during the end of the first half, after we couldn't get after we couldn't get a yard on a sneak 3rd and 1, okay, it didn't work. We couldn't get the yard. And this isn't just a problem that occurred Saturday night. This has been a problem all fucking year. Look back at the first Ravens game. Multiple 3rd and 1s, 4th and 1s we couldn't get. We have not been able to get a yard all fucking season. I mean, fuck it. On 3rd and 1, why didn't you throw Fields in there? We ran that back the first time versus the Bengals to win that shit. Bring Fields in. Put the defense in a situation where they have to make the right decision, which is put Fields in shotgun, bring in Najee Harris, make the defensive edge defender make a decision on, does he bite and go for the back, leave Fields on the outside, or does he go for the back, or does he go for Fields and leave that slight opening for the running back to pick it up? But no. This coaching staff is so incompetent. And it's like, I guess it was reported that Arthur Smith was going to use a game plan similar the first time. It worked. You know, maybe you don't need to throw it as much. Maybe you don't need to score 38 points. But why the fuck didn't we try to throw it more? We're not going to be able to run first, pass second. We're not, it's been 18 weeks. It's not working. It's not fucking working, Tomlin. It's not. Whether you want to look at the offensive line, the fact the defense has nobody to be scared of besides George Pickens, it's not working, Tomlin. Every first down, the team knows it's a run play. And it's going to go nowhere. And can we also talk about the fact that at the end of the first quarter, Mike Williams makes a great play down the sideline to get his feet in? Where was he the rest of the game? Where the fuck has Mike Williams been since the fucking trade deadline? Since we traded for him? Even when Pickens was out, we hardly used him. Why the fuck did we trade for him then? What is the problem? What do they see in Van Jefferson and Calvin Austin? I don't have a problem with Calvin Austin. I think he's a solid wide receiver 3/4. But when Mike Williams is making plays like that, why the fuck isn't he being utilized more? And Mike Tomlin was asked about that after the game. Are you going to potentially look into using Mike Williams more? And then Mike Tomlin's answer, we'll certainly look into it. What the fuck? I mean, what else do we got to lose? Van Jefferson, a wide receiver too, has like 30 or 20 receptions. Tomlin, Ben Skowronek, Scotty Miller, these guys aren't it. Why isn't Mike Williams out there more? I need a fucking explanation for that. I'm not saying he's a bona fide beast or a bona fide fucking wide receiver one, but it's like, why not? Why not? He's a bigger receiver. Does he have great route running? Probably not. Is he a similar receiver to Pickens in the fact that they're great down the sidelines? They're bigger options for Russ. Why not? I mean, we've seen him make some good receptions. See the Cleveland game. See the Washington touchdown game winner. See this past fucking Saturday night. But for whatever reason, they have a fascination with the Van Jeffersons, the fucking Scotty Millers, the Ben Skowroneks. Ben Skowronek's a good special teams player, and I just don't understand. And then, but now let's get back to what I was going to say a couple minutes ago. Can we talk about the fact that after the special teams unit recovered a muffed punt on the Bengals 38-yard line, next play we do a halfback toss to Cordell Patterson, lose 2 yards? What the fuck was that? Cordell Patterson's got to go. I thought he'd be at least decent, but outside of the few nice run plays he had against the Colts, he's slow. He can't fucking move. Laterally, he doesn't offer anything. Even on special teams, he's slow as fuck. There's no threat there at kickoff. There's no threat as a kickoff return for that guy. He used to be. He has no speed. He's slow, inefficient. Just a taller, bigger version of fucking Najee. That's it. Like, we don't have guys. We don't have anyone on offense. And so, I don't know. Tomlin is just, I'm just so fed up, dude. It's fucking head scratching. It really is. I don't know. I know we played some really good teams the past month, but from 10-3 with a game and a half lead on the division to this, it's been a fucking shame. And Tomlin, I understand it's not his job to be the one throwing the ball, catching the ball, blocking, for your quarterback, but I just can't defend that game plan Saturday. I just can't. It's hard to defend this guy. I know we gave him massive flowers this year for going from the switch from Fields to Russ. And really, it looked good for a while, but the past month has been an absolute shit show. Defensively, they definitely looked better Saturday. I will say that. They definitely played better Saturday as a unit on defense. You didn't see as many breakdowns in coverage or miscommunications. So again, I just pointed the offense. I can't get behind the pussy mantra of vanilla ball with Tomlin. I just don't understand, and people wonder why. You look at the past couple of years, and you look at the quarterback passing charts, and it's like, why don't they utilize the middle of the field? Why do you think that is? What does throwing in the middle of the field potentially lead to? More turnovers. You don't think Tomlin has a say in that? He 105% does. 100%. Okay, so why the fuck did you bring Arthur Smith in if you're not going to let him run his show? You're not an offensive coach, Tomlin. You had number 7 to carry your fucking ass year after year after year on the offense. Ben carried you on the offense. All you had to do was worry about defense, brother. All you would have to do is get it to a close game in the fourth quarter and let Ben go do what he's got to do. Make his own plays. And even the guys would say that in the huddle. Like, Ben would just run shit up in the sand. Like, just fucking make shit up. And that's how we won some of those games in Ben's later years. The game would be close. And then Ben would have to have a couple good drives in the fourth quarter, win a close one, and that's what it was. That's what it was. Because Tomlin's game plans didn't work through the first three quarters because he's not an offensive coach. So when you bring an OC in that probably knows a little bit more than you do on the offensive, side of the ball, let him do his job. Let him do his fucking job. You stay on defense. You fucking keep your ass on defense and keep those motherfuckers ready to go. Keep the team morale high. I'm not saying Tomlin is a bad coach. I'm not saying he's a great coach. He's a good coach. The players all say we love playing for him. We have the utmost respect for him. Favorite coach they've ever had. Best coach they've ever had. And I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. But at the end of the day, results speak for them fucking selves. And the fact of the matter is, we have had losing seasons when it really matters. I don't give a fuck about the regular season. I don't give a fuck about going 9-8. I don't give a fuck about going 10-7. Woo! Parade, parade, parade. Another winning. No, fuck that. Fuck that. What about playoffs? What about playoffs? Right? Isn't that what we give a fuck about? Who gives a fuck if we win 10 games? It has been like this for the last 10 fucking years. The last 10 fucking years. The last 10 fucking years. Jim Harbaugh has more wins than Mike Tomlin in the playoffs, and Jim Harbaugh has spent most of his fucking tenure in what? The college football world. Tomlin, year after year after year, it's the same fucking story. He won't be fired because they extended him this past offseason. But there has to be change. There has to be fucking change. This product is fucking stale. It's old. It doesn't matter if the quarterbacks change. It doesn't matter if the OCs change. This is Tomlin's doing. People will fucking look, well, what about the roster? Look who he's had. You don't think he has an influence in who they draft and who they fucking sign? He 100% does. He 100% does. Omar Khan has the final fucking say, or Art Rooney, whoever. But Tomlin absolutely has a fucking say in who they fucking bring in, whether it be the draft or free agency. No question, no fucking question they do. Tomlin still believes in a defensive first mantra in the 20th fucking century. And it's like, it doesn't fucking work. You need to be able to score, possess the ball, have drives, explosive plays. Things we used to have back in the older days when we had Ben, when we had Le'Veon, when we had Antonio Brown, when we had Marcus Wheaton, when we had Martavis Bryant, when we had Heath Miller. That's when we had offense. An offensive line, Marquise Pouncey, David DeCastro, Marcus Gilbert, Alejandro Villanueva, Ramon Foster. That's when we could do shit in offense. But guess what? Tomlin could never run a defense. So it's like, okay, so what's the excuse then? We haven't had a playoff win since 2016, motherfuckers, and I was a fucking senior in high school. And you know what that game was? An 18-16 victory via Chris Boswell. 6 field goals against the fucking Alex Smith-led Chiefs. Since then, we have gotten our ass beat in every playoff game. The first quarter starts and we're already done. The game's over by the end of the first quarter because of bad turnovers and the defense doesn't look fucking prepared. We don't look fucking ready the first quarter. I'm just so fed up with it, dude. I'm just so fed up with it. It's hard to even fathom the fact that, So let's talk about this game Saturday. So, with everything that happened Saturday and Sunday, with the Bengals beating us, with the Ravens clowning the Browns, with the Chargers beating the Raiders, the entire playoffs are all, everything's set in stone. Saturday night, we're going to Baltimore for round 3 of another Ravens-Steelers game. I'm not really sure what to make of this one. First time we played them, we couldn't score a touchdown. Defense played lights out. Russ had a bad turnover in the red zone, and the offense couldn't score. Was able to possess the ball, though. We saw a lot of production out of Najee and Jalen Warren that first game. But since then, the Ravens, I don't know if they've really lost the game since that day. I mean, I know they lost to the Eagles. And I think that's it. So the Ravens have put together a pretty solid win streak. They beat us a second time. A game that I thought was pretty competitive, but once again, Russell Wilson fumbles the ball running towards the red zone. To make it first and goal, he fumbles. That's a massive turnover. Points taken off the board. It was a one-possession game heading into the fourth quarter. After Minkah gets an interception, Russell Wilson picks six, and the game's over after that. So I know it was very competitive. I know in that game, Joey Porter Jr. suffered an injury. We didn't have George Pickens. We didn't have Dante Jackson. I know we didn't have Deshaun Elliott. So there was definitely some key guys missing. I know we didn't have Larry Ogunjobi. So I think in previewing this game Saturday, I think the defense will play decent. I think they'll play good. I don't think, I think they'll do their part as far as trying to get a win. I think it's gonna be tough slowing down Derek fucking Henry though, especially during this time of the season. This is usually when he really fucking runs that goddamn football like a beast. But I know when you play a division opponent three times, I mean, we haven't played them in the playoffs since 2014. A game I was actually at, we played them in the wild card round in Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, Le'Veon Bell suffered an injury in the Bengals AFC North clinch division game. We didn't have him for that game, so just couldn't really run the ball, and Ben had a bad game. But I think for me, this game really comes down to the offense. I mean, we just saw it Saturday. We held the Bengals to 19 points, and we still couldn't win. So even if the defense plays a good game, I just don't know if we're going to win. I don't think we're going to win this game. I just don't. I can't see. Are there a few ways we can win this game? Yes. We've beaten the Ravens 8 out of the past 10 times. Lamar Jackson has 2 wins against us. Obviously, Lamar has some playoff struggles, whether it be team-oriented problems / issues, whether it be he's just not play. He doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't play as well in the playoffs as he does in the regular season. And I know Raven fans are nervous. They don't want. This probably wasn't an ideal matchup. We've had their number. That's just what it is. We've had their number. Now, is any of that relevant to this game Saturday? Probably not. But we can win this game. We can win this game. We beat them this year already. It took a fucking miraculous effort by the defense, fucking 2 or 3 takeaways, 3 takeaways, and still nail-biting victory to win that first one. But I think I'm picking the Ravens to win. I think they pull away late. And that's just kind of been the trend the past month. We're competitive in these games. But then somewhere around the second to third quarter, we make a mistake. And the other opposing team just seizes an opportunity and takes advantage and takes momentum and just runs with it. And the Ravens defense, since they've put Kyle Hamilton back in his traditional role, has been lights out. I guess they're only allowing like 10 points a game, if that. So, Whew, that's tough. Yeah, I don't trust this offense. The offensive line hasn't been able to protect. The running game isn't there. Russ hasn't played his best. He just hasn't. Maybe we'll throw some feels in there just to try to find a way to move the ball. At least try to get some first downs. But I don't think we win this game. Heading into the playoffs, losing 4 is not ideal. Again, for us to win this game, it'd have to be very, very low scoring. Defense has to get a couple takeaways. Pressure the fuck out of Lamar Jackson. Make him uncomfortable. And the offense has to play perfect. They can't have one turnover. If the offense has one turnover, we're going to lose. It's that simple. But I think the Ravens pull away late. They probably win, cover the spread. Give me the Ravens probably 24-14. Like I said, I think the defense does their job, but I think they'll probably get gassed in the second half of this game because the offense won't be able to. They just can't convert first downs. We can't get first downs. We can't score. And this offense is basically a big player boom. Big player bust. It's basically big play or nothing. I don't know. It sucks. I would love to see us win, get our first playoff victory in almost 10 years, and I would love that more than I'd love for it to be against nobody more than the fucking Ravens, but I just don't see it. Yeah, I think we lose Saturday. I don't even like saying it, but I'm calling it for how I see it, man. The Ravens are playing good. We're not. Anything can happen, though. Anything can happen. But just the defense has to play phenomenal, and the offense can't fuck up. And just from what we've seen in recent times, I just don't see it. Give me the Ravens 24, Steelers 14, and what will be another one and done by Mike Tomlin and another one and done by Pittsburgh, 10-7. Turns into 10-8. Yay. I'm out. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Share the podcast. Blitzburgh Coverage Podcast. We are everywhere. Facebook, Twitter /X, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Spotify. Share it. Love it. Tell your friends. And I still believe I'm still going to be watching that game Saturday getting turned the fuck up. Best believe. I'll find a way to convince myself we'll win this game some way by the time it starts, but I just don't see it, man. I just don't. I hope I'm wrong. But I know we're healthy. We're about as healthy as we're gonna get heading into this game, but I just don't see it, man. We're not trending in the right water. The offense looks like shit, and you gotta, football's a team game. Haven't been playing complimentary football. So that's all I got. Hope you all enjoy the podcast episode. We out this thing. Peace.